Sorry, I'm just opening up the drawing. Sorry, I'm just opening the survey. Give me. Okay, I've got 1 minute.
Even like in the plan and the range model as well.
Sorry, which lot number are we looking for? Sorry.
You know, like from lot 211
Yep.
to 216.
Yep.
Yep. So around like I identify a shaft, you know, like exchange 273.89.
Yep.
So where the larger from the space transform, and I also review the range result from like 1% to 10%. And look like that area gonna be active at a shaft or a shaft low point. So
there's a fact that
Can I go ahead?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah. So our concern is in the major event, we can't clearly see a set overland flow afterwards. And if the water cannot spill back over the nearby grass, and it's going to be stay in the road reserve, this may jump over the nearby right way or even the properties later. So that's why Peter asked me to raise that with you urgently, so you can aware of it, and you know, like if you have like any explanation or some clarification for this.
Yep.
So that's the point for the point today.
Yeah. Okay. If you don't mind, is there any chance you can send me an email with that, and I can look at? I'll get. I imagine we've looked at this before, because where are we? Well, I need to look at the long section. I'll look into it.
I mean, like when I call you, maybe you are not well prepared yet. And even,
I'll definitely need to look into it. That's fine. I'll look at it.
Yeah. No worry. I'm gonna send a quick email and I see Peter in that as well.
Wonderful. The idea, just I guess quickly, so you're aware, is that the water should be the crest level is 227.561 is R127.
Because if you see, there is another rest, you know, like over the banks here. So that's the only rest, the 442.552. Sorry. So that's the only rest, and before the shaft point 273.88, there is another rest, say
227.56.
Yes.
Yeah.
So this means if the like I run the rain model as well, and for the major and minor events, and I check it, and it's a big issue there because
So the crest level, so the sag level is, I'm just looking at the long section now. The sag level is, so tonnage 273.88, 273.88. Yeah, I'm just on the long section. So
at the attachment 815.
Yeah. If I go to change to long section 273.88. Okay, so the RL for the sag at the moment of the center line is 127.317. Sorry, so the sag level is 127.235. The crest level is 127.453. So you only have 200 mils approximately from the sag to the crest. The curb level itself is 150. And if we were looking at the level, so you have a 220 mil between the sag and the crest. So whereas if you look at the lots themselves, they are higher than 220 mils from the invert of a curb. So water would naturally, you're going to have a bit of ponding up to 220 max if there was 100% blockage. I'll have to check what the depth of the flow is in the 1% event is. But water should, and the way we've designed this, because Almond Street is flat, and we've had this discussion many years ago, is that the water will raise up the crest, and whatever water is left will be maximum 200 mils through the site, which shouldn't be a high risk in the 1%. So I'm happy to send you an email with this and detail a bit.
Yes,
The concept, because of Almond Street is very flat, we had to add sags and crests with the understanding that the water will overtop the crest before it enters the lots. The difference in level is only 220 mils, and therefore, when you have a 150 mil curb, there's, I think, between the top of curb and the boundary is almost 180 mils as well. So from the invert to the boundary, you're looking at least 330 mils, whereas the crest level is lower than that, and water will fall to the main sag, which is the big channel, which is at chainage 116 longitudinally. So that was and we've had this discussion many years ago. The only way to make Almond Street work with trying to maintain the levels as much as possible and not impacting properties was to provide crests and sags if you look at the road grade, it's 0.5%, and that's to try to get minimal crests so that you allow for water to flow, and that's generally acceptable in Australia. So I'm happy if you send me an email. I'm happy to provide a response so that we can try and close this out. But we have had this discussion in the past, and I think we can show in the calculations that the water depth there will not enter the lots. It will actually crest flow over the crest and before it enters any lots. Ultimately.
The thing is, because yesterday I tried to run the 20 years event and 100-year event. So the RL at the low point is 127.125. And for the 20 years event, the model shows the funding is around 127.18, which is not a big issue. But for the 100-year event, the model shows the point is around ILA is 127.20, with a approximately 75 mm, above the low point. So that's the thing people want to raise as well. So if you, if you run both 20 years and 100-year event and double check, and you may see it, because I run exactly the model you go by.
That's fine. I'm happy to look into it and provide a response. If I can ask if you can send out an email so we can respond back to it, that'll be amazing.
That's okay. That's the only purpose for this phone call.
No worries. Appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mounir. Enjoy your weekend.
Thanks. Have a good day. You too. Thanks. Bye.